Recently, this question came up in the merchantcircle.com neighbors community. I have a small, maybe long length of typing I did, and I want to copy it and paste it somewhere else. And the way I do it takes too long. Is there a faster way, like 2 clicks and all is copied? Do you get me? I'll summarize. I did some typing. I want to copy it and paste it elsewhere. I can't do it. My way is too long. Is there a faster way? This appears to be a variation on a pretty common question, so I'm going to review various ways to 1. Select text. That's the first part. You always want to have to tell the computer what you're working on before you do it. Copy that text and paste that text. I'm also going to show you how to drag that text to other areas in a document and to other documents, avoiding copy-paste completely. Because we have so many subjects to cover, this tutorial will be divided into 2 different parts. Part 1 will be about selecting text. We'll be covering copying text, pasting text, and dragging and dropping text in Part 2 of our videos. We're using Microsoft Word 2010 for Windows for an example of a program where one might enter a lot of text, although the techniques you learn here will apply similarly to a variety of text-related programs and will also work similarly on Mac, although on the Mac we changed the keystrokes. I currently have about 4 pages of random text in this document. Don't try to read it, it's not going to make any sense. First, we're addressing how to make a selection. This is an important first step because on the computer, in order to take action on anything, we have to tell the computer what we're about to take action on. We do that by selecting. One way to make a selection in Word is to bring your cursor inside the text where it will appear as an I-beam or an insertion cursor. If I click at the beginning of where I want to start the selection, and hold the mouse button down, I can drag my mouse over the rest of the text I want to select. When I get to the end of the area I want to select, I release the mouse button. Now I'm not holding anything down. And the area I just dragged over remains selected so that I can copy and paste it or change its color or formatting. To select a single word in almost every text program, all you really need to do is hover your I-beam over that word and double-click your mouse. That's 2 consecutive clicks of the mouse. Be careful not to push or move the mouse around while you do this. So any place I double-click in a word, it'll be selected. But there's another cool way to select that a lot of people don't know, and that is if I get my I-beam anywhere inside a paragraph and triple-click the mouse, 1, 2, 3, I've selected an entire paragraph. That makes it very easy to select a lot of information very quickly. Now, what if I want to select a very large area of text? For example, I want to select text in this document from somewhere in page 1 into somewhere in page 3 of this document. There are a couple of quick ways to do this. One way is to click when you have your I-beam in front of the area you want to select, then scroll to the end of the area that you're going to want selected, but before clicking, hold down your Shift key, then click when your I-beam is at the end of your selection. What I'd like you to see here is that the entire area between the first click and my second Shift click remains selected. Another way to make large selections, especially in Word, please notice that when I move my cursor outside on the left of the margin, I'll get this white arrow icon. Watch what happens when I simply hold down the mouse button and drag down with the mouse. As I continue to drag down, my selection adds page by page. Now, I've got a special 2-page view up on my monitor, and this view is particular to Word 2010. More often, your pages display one above the other. It'll look more like this single-page view. Here, I can hold the mouse and drag downward. Now, it's important to have some good mouse control because it's really easy to scroll uncontrollably using this method, so you have to be careful. Another way to select is to use the Select All command to select all the text in your document. In Microsoft Word, the command is in the Select button at the top right of your screen. But if you're using an older version of Word or another program altogether, you'll find a Select All option in the Edit menu. Here's an example of this using WordPad. In the menu, choose Edit, then pick Select All. The keyboard shortcut for Select All is Control-A on Windows or Command-A on the Mac. Hold Control or Command first, then hit the letter A on your keyboard. We can use combinations of all these methods to make intricate selections, which is very cool. As you know, I can click one location and hold the Shift key when I click the end of my selection. The Shift key will give me a selection of everything between my clicks, which is a contiguous selection. But what if I only want this paragraph selected and this paragraph selected? Well, we already know that we can triple-click to select paragraphs. Then I can make a discontiguous selection, that's areas that aren't next to each other, using the Control key instead of Shift. See how I have areas selected that aren't next to each other using the Control key? I can hold the Control key again and triple-click here and select another paragraph. I can even hold the Control key and add to my selection by clicking and dragging with the mouse. Here, I'll double-click on this word to add one more word to my selection using the Control key. One thing that's very important to note is that when I say Control key on a Windows computer, on a Macintosh, we're using the Command key. Please keep that in mind. Well, that's the end of part 1, the selecting portion of answering that young lady's question from the beginning of the tutorial. Please come back for part 2, where you'll learn more about copying, pasting, and dragging and dropping the information that you just learned to select. Thank you for watching this AYM for Training tutorial. We hope you found the video informative and helpful and that we taught you something new. AYM for Training offers instruction in a variety of formats. For more information, please visit our website at www.aym4training.com.